Hey team, it's Scott from Bartlow's Barbecue, and today we're smoking pork butt on the Kamado Joe Big Joe 3. I thought, what better way to introduce you to the first cook on the Kamado Joe Big Joe on the channel than doing pork butt. It's one of my top 3 favorite barbecue foods to cook, and today we're doing a Carolina comparison. If you've watched my channel before, I've got a few other videos I'll have right here on Carolina-based barbecue, but we're doing a vinegar base versus a mustard base, or they call the gold sauce, and we're going to see which one turns out better. Now, I know that that's subjective depending on where you're from and your taste buds, so this is more just fun for me, and if it helps you, then awesome. So stick around, let's get into all the details on how we prep the pork butt, how we fire up the Kamado Joe. Let's talk pork butt. These are 2 7 to 8 pound bone-in pork butts from my local grocery store, and we dry brine these overnight with my barbecue house rub. I'll put the ingredients in the description, and also I'll put them in on the screen here. But I'm not going to show you a step-by-step process on how I put it together. It's really simple, putting all these ingredients together. We removed all the unnecessary silver skin and unnecessary fat dangling, but then we just kept the fat cap on and just scored it to make sure that these all the seasoning would just penetrate it and be ready for the barbecue today. And so we made sure all the seasoning was on all sides, and we allow it to sit in the refrigerator overnight. So that's pretty much the process of what we did with these pork butts. Now it's time to fire it up and put these on the Joe. Hey team, let's talk about how we set up the Kamado Joe before we put these pork butts on. So today we're using Jealous Devil lump charcoal chunks, and I had some leftover charcoal from a previous cook, set that aside on the charcoal basket, left a centerpiece for our wood chunks. Today I'm using apple and also pecan, and spread that out, all the wood right in the center, and then pushed the charcoal over it. And then I dumped more charcoal, clean charcoal and new charcoal over that. I made sure that there was still plenty of airflow around, but it is definitely a full basket. And then I inserted the slow roller base on top. I like personally to heat soak that with it as I use the grill blazer grill torch, and that thing just can get your charcoal up to lit up literally in a minute or so. But I like to wait until you see it ash over white, and then that's when I close the dome. I open the top vent and the bottom vent and allow it to just get up to temperature where you can feel the dome to know that you're getting the actual temperature getting heated up on the ceramic. And so then once I see that that's lit and it's warm around the dome, then what I like to do is put the remaining pieces together. So since now we've got multiple layers to work with on the Big Joe 3, we put the top of the slow roller on, then I use the X-ring to put our little drip pan with foil in it to just make it easier to clean, and that is a great little tool. Put that in the that's the, I believe, a 14-inch drip pan from Smokeware, and I'll have links in my description if you're interested in anything I'm talking about today on the video. And then the grill grates on top of that. And so that's how we prep the Kamado Joe, and we've got a clean bird. We've dialed in 250 to 275. I'm a little past the half of the notch right here between the first and 2 notches, and like half a finger on the bottom vent as far as how I stabilize the Big Joe, and we are running good. So now it's time to throw on these pork butts, and I'm using a meter plus, and also I only have 1 block, so only for this one, and then I'm going to use a thermometer over there for the other pork butt. And then here in a little bit, in 1 hour, our agenda is to start basting the Carolina vinegar sauce on one and then spritzing the other. And so we'll talk about when I get to that point, after we get a nice 1 hour smoke on here and we get the penetration of the smoke, we want that to set for an hour, maybe 2 hours before we do our first basting and spritzing. Spritzing will be apple cider vinegar and water. The other word is going to be the Carolina mop that we talked about. The mustard sauce comes at the end. So if you're wondering, that's when that process comes in, is using the mustard sauce at the end of our cook. So that's our agenda up to this point. What we're gonna see you back here at the 1 to 2 hour mark. Once we set these on, let them smoke, then we'll get to mopping and spritzing. Hey team, it's time to talk Carolina sauce. We're at the 1.5 hour mark. I'm gonna show you what that looks like here in a minute, maybe even on the screen as I'm talking. It's when you touch the meat, nothing comes off it. It's dry, and now it's time to moisten it up with one pork butt being sprayed with apple cider vinegar and water, and the other one with the vinegar-based sauce. I just brought the mustard-based one out just so you could see it. So we're gonna be mopping here in a moment. So I put these sauces together last night and then put them in the refrigerator. I'm gonna put the full description and ingredient list on how to put the vinegar-based and the mustard gold sauce in the description, and even probably on the screen as we're talking, but I'm not gonna, again, show you a step-by-step process on how to do it. It really is self-explanatory, just putting all these ingredients together. And then I do like to put them in a pot and heat it up, and so all the ingredients come together, and then cool it down, put it in the refrigerator. So if you wanna get a great tutorial on the difference between Carolina sauce, from North Carolina, South Carolina, and again, trust me, because depending on where you're from, you're gonna have an opinion if it's a ketchup-based sauce, if it's a mustard-based sauce, or if it's a vinegar-based sauce when it comes to Carolina, and everyone's gonna have an opinion based on where they're from. And a great video on this that I found that I really enjoyed was Rodney Scott. He's a fantastic barbecue pit master, has his restaurant. He's won some competitions and has his own restaurant. He's been featured on Netflix as well. And I'll put a link of that video where he and his buddy explain the differences depending on the region you're from of different Carolina-based sauce. So I'm not gonna go on to that detail, but you can just watch it and I'll have a link for you. But now it's time to bring you in, and we are gonna begin to spritz and begin to do our mop. So I'll show you what that looks like as we're doing it, and cue the music. So let's get going. Hey team, we are at that 6 hour mark where we've got great color, mahogany color on the pork butts. The front one has been the mop and the back one is the spritz. And on the hour, we are around that 170 mark right now. We've been spritzing and mopping. Now we're gonna turn this and put them into a foil boat to continue to get some bark formation on the outside, but help continue to capture all the juices and continue the cook. And the next step after the foil boat is just let it ride until it gets to probe tenderness. And so the next clip after we foil boat it, we'll be seeing you back once we hit that probe tenderness. So we're at that 170. Time to foil boat it up, continue to let it ride, and then on the hour, all the way till probe tenderness, we will continue to mop and spritz. Team, it's been 9 hours and now it's time to put this pork butt to rest. We're looking for probe tenderness, and when it just goes in just like that, we know that we are set to go, and that's around that 200 mark. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the foil, and then put them in our foil, and then wrap it in a towel, and then put it in the igloo, let it rest for 1 hour, and then I'll see you back after 1 hour, and then we'll shred it, put the appropriate sauce, and on each pork butt, do a little final review. Hey team, we have finished up this cook. We've let it rest for over an hour. I'm taking it out of its foil. We're gonna begin to put on the gloves and then take off the bone. It's so tender. One of them just broke apart as I was taking out the bone. So tender, so juicy. And now we're gonna begin to shred this thing. So we're gonna shred it until it is all done. And then I'm gonna add a little sauce to each sandwich here in a moment and do a final taste test. I added a little bit of seasoning at the end on both of them, the one I started with. So I'm gonna bring you back after we do this shredding show, and then we're gonna do a final review. Time to do a taste test. This is the mustard-based sauce. Let's do it. All right. Wow. Man, that is good. I want to get this piece right here. All right. Ooh, yeah. Wow, that's so flavorful. And that mustard sauce has a little kick to it. Vinegar base. Let me make sure I get a good piece here too. Wow, let me just say the flavors on both of these were outstanding. I really love Carolina barbecue, and I've just made this a handful of times now, and I love the vinegar-based sauce. And just one note, on this specific recipe, I substituted ketchup because I know some don't like that as a base. I typically do, and I really think it tasted great. This one I substituted, and so white vinegar, and it tasted really good. I think I'll go back to my ketchup based vinegar just because I like the way it tasted. But this was my first time tasting the mustard base, the gold sauce, and man, that is tangy. It's got a kick to it. It is so delicious. Friends, you have to try this if you've never done a Carolina style pulled pork. I would encourage you to try it. Use whatever rub you want, if it's your own ingredients or if it's a rub that you just love, and just add your variation to the Carolina sauce, no matter what region it's from. It's just super flavorful and sweet and not citrusy, a little citrusy, I guess, and just tangy. It is so delicious. So both of these did outstanding job. On this specific comparison, I'm actually gonna give it to the gold. It just had a little bit more of that kick, and it surprised me. I think that's why I'm choosing it. Otherwise, I typically love the vinegar base. It's usually my go-to. Again, you have to do a dozen of these a certain way over a period of time, and I'm sure to determine if that is your gold standard. But overall, man, this was a fun experiment for the channel. If anything, I hope it encourages you to experiment and try things, and help you continue to master barbecue in your own backyard, as I'm continuing to do and be on that journey with you. So I always learn a lot after every single cook. I always take notes and think about what went well, what didn't go well, what I do different. Made some of those notes on this cook. And so overall, I'm so enjoying the Carolina style barbecue. If you found value in this video, definitely subscribe, turn on notifications. You know what to do. Support the channel. Most importantly, put in the comments. Let me know and hear from you what you thought of this cook. Let me hear your variation of the Carolina style barbecue that you like and don't like. I would love if there's something, and then if there's another region of barbecue you want me to try on pulled pork, because it's one of my favorite things to cook, put in the comments. I would love to give it a shot and even show it on the channel as well. So again, from my backyard to yours, less hate, more love, good barbecue. Till next time.